What's up, witches? Listen. Can you hear that? I'm in the middle of a storm. It's morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's actually gotten a lot lighter. It was way darker. But I woke up to a low gray morning, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I did my devotional practice in a rockin' storm this morning. Whoops. Sorry, I've got coffee grounds on my desk. Let's have another unboxing, shall we? What are we going to do today? It's Celtic Messages by Jules Taylor, Joules. 64-page color guide and mandala coloring book, plus 52 sacred symbol cards and a linen bag. We see some of the symbols on the sides. A dolmen. Explore your destiny and gain deeper insight into your life with these 52 evocative cards, guidebook, and coloring book. Lay out the cards for a reading, contemplate their messages, then look up their full meanings in the accompanying guidebook. Illustrated with the ancient and magical symbols of Celtic lore, the cards fall into 4 suits. The helpers are deities and mythological heroes. Totems are animal guides. The places cards reveal the sacred landscapes of heart and soul. Listen to the thunder. And tools show the talismans of Celtic ritual and festival. If you're inspired by the symbols you see, you can go on to create your own unique piece of Celtic art by coloring in one of the specially commissioned mandalas. From the Celtic knot to the deities of the earth and sky, the cauldron to the double spiral, Celtic Messages reveals the symbols of the Celts and shows how to harness their wisdom in your everyday life. 52 circular cards with linen pouch, so this is the 3rd circular deck that I have. 64-page introductory guide and 32-page mandala coloring book. Shake it out because it's kind of too big to, there's the little notches there, but the notches are so you can grab the box like this and hold it, while you're lifting the lid, and it's kind of difficult to do that. No surprises inside. Here is the linen bag. Look how nice that is. And I mean woven from linen. How cool is that? With this beautiful Celtic knotwork. It's kind of sad though, because the box is awesome, so why would you not keep them in the box? But it's cool nonetheless. Here's the guidebook. Here is the Color Your Own Celtic Mandala book. Create your own sacred symbols to enhance your intuition and creativity. How to use this book. There's the flower knot, the bird of prey, the Beltane mandala, the Salmon mandala, midsummer, autumn equinox, Ostara. So we've got 2 for spring. Ostara is spring. We've got Ostara, we've got Beltane, we've got autumn equinox, and midsummer. But we don't have Samhain. That kind of makes me sad. So there's flower knot. So they give you the blank mandala, and they also give you several blank mandalas of the flower knot, and then they give you an example of it colored in case you don't have any of your own ideas. There's Beltane. That's pretty cool. Salmon. Salmon of knowledge. That's what the salmon is in Celtic symbology. Midsummer. Got some lizards on there, and then the autumn equinox and Ostara. So, pretty cool little extra there. And they're the only deck I have that's got a coloring book. All right. Look at the nice box. It's, got the nice little spot for the cards that they fit in so sweetly. So again, why would you put them in a bag? Maybe for traveling? I don't know. Okay, here's the backs of the cards. A beautiful mandala in their own right. The Triskele, bride, mother, security. So let me see how they start off suits-wise. All right, you will see there are 4 different colors. All right, the first suit, because I already forgot what I read. The suits. All right, these red ones are the helper cards, and that's the number 1. So we start with the helper cards, then we go to the place cards, then we go to the tools, and then we go to the totems. Okay, helpers. Triskele, bride, mother, security. Dagda, father, protection. The Mabon, which is divine child, liberation. I think it might be Mabon. The Morrigan, danger, enemies, renewal. Am I missing? Okay. The Druid, discipline, rules, control. I like that the Druid is female. The Crone, wisdom, tolerance, roots. You see they've got their own little symbols around the sides too. She's got the cauldron. She's got the spirals and the triple knot. This is Tyrannus, power, authority. He's got the symbol of earth. That circle with a cross inside is earth. Sulis. This is analysis and rationality. It is so dark here. I mean, it looks like a night shoot, doesn't it? It's not nighttime. I love it. It's been a gorgeous holiday weekend, and I just love that we're getting a break. Hearn is dynamic, wild, chaotic. So interesting that some of the cards are adjectives. Those are all adjectives. This is rationality and analysis. So just kind of interesting, the grammar of the cards. Bloodyewood is secrets and solitude and love. I can barely read these because it is so dark. And I don't want to turn my big light on. Come on, see? There's little bits of text in there. Do you see those? Interesting. Taliesin, romance, and originality. Easier to see that way, actually. Then we have Boudica, courage, sacrifice. Cahulan, boldness, domination. Now we are into the places. The land, awareness, perspective, respect and harmony. Awareness, respect, and harmony. I may have to turn on a brighter light. I hate to do it, but I may have to. The sacred grove, sanctuary, solitude, spirituality. This is the wildwood. Orientation, temptation, excitement, disorientation, temptation, and excitement. Okay. The sea, travel, exploration. This is the spring. Dreams, refreshment of spirit. So the spring as in a spring of water coming out of the ground, not as in a season. This is the ford. Crossing boundaries, overcoming obstacles. So the ford being a crossing of a stream. And you see characters there. Look, there's like Chinese, there's kanji. So she's obviously taken and done some cutting, collaging with things that have print on them. Very interesting. The Hill. Perspective. The Maze. Confusion, choices, life paths. Look at the footprints around the outside. The Roundhouse. Home, family, nurture. My husband and I watched this show called Time Team, and it's like 20-some years of archaeological digs that they've done in England and all over the place. And we've watched them dig a whole bunch of roundhouses and looking at how the eaves come in. There's a drip line around the outside. Anyway, feel connected knowing a little bit more about roundhouses. The Hill Fort. And that is refuge, safety, security. They've dug a lot of hill forts too, a lot of Motte and Bailey forts. The Field is work, daily labor, the workplace. The Maypole, celebration and pleasure. Then we have the Dolmen. Mysteries, the other world. Dolmen were passage tombs, so they set up a gateway and you pass through that into the other world. The spirit passes. Okay, now these ones are the tool cards. Let's see what's in our tool cards. There's the solar wheel, which is unity, harmony, and fulfillment. Then we have the moon. Emotion, dreams, desires. Interesting that the moon is a tool. Ear of corn, harvest, accompaniment. Apple. Okay, wait, let me see something here. Totems. All right, so yeah, tools. But so these are just more like objects and straight up symbols. Apple is magic. It is health and mystical knowledge. Coming into the apple time of year, apple woman is the crone of the harvest because apple is like one of the last fruits that comes. The fall fruits are the ones that come as the death part of the year is coming down and keep giving their gifts into that part of the year. So the apple is very magical and definitely crosses those lines between life and death. It was one of the things that probably, was the last refuge of if there was a shitty harvest, hoping that there would at least be apples. You can save apples all through the winter. They would have ways of putting them in straw so they would sort of dry out and get really intense and sweet, but not rot. Mistletoe is fertility, protection, and healing. The oak tree, growth, knowledge, self-confidence. The dagger is defense, security. The hearth fire. I'm feeling really comfy about this deck today. The hearth fire is family support and nourishment. It just feels comfortable and familiar. Cauldron, abundance, prosperity, hidden riches. Torque, wealth, money, and money matters, and status. The torque is that open, ring that goes around your neck that's open in the front. I have a couple pretty cool torques. The brooch is, I'm going to look down here, joining, building bridges, and bringing together. I could see it so much clearer if I just held it up here. The loom, work, weaving, repair. And the harp, leisure, creativity, artistry. Now we're into the totems. I hope you're enjoying. I love this deck. The boar, ferocity, assertiveness. The cow and bull, usefulness, hospitality. The stag, hello. Totem, swiftness, elusiveness, escape. The horse is nobility and fidelity. The hound, cooperation. The bear, another one of my totems, strength, staying power. The snake, hidden knowledge, transformation. I've had a lot of dreams about bears. Now I'm sitting here, they're wandering through my head. Sorry, I want to get some coffee. I had a dream once where there was a baby bear that got separated from her mother. And I was kind of freaking out because it's like people are getting close to this baby bear. And I'm thinking, Mama sees this, we're all in trouble. And I picked her up, and she was talking to me in words. And I don't remember what she said, but that I was looking at all these other people going, can you hear this? Do you hear her talking to me? And nobody else could. So, yeah, I got some bear medicine. Oops. And this goes flying off the deck, which was the salmon. Salmon, wisdom, individuality, going against the flow. Oh, yeah, think of how salmon swims upstream. So that one flew right off the top there. Wisdom, what did I say? Individuality and going against the flow. Think about how you can work that into your day. The crow, a new start, clearing the ground. Then we have the owl, stealth, solitude, secrecy. The hawk, flexibility, mental agility. That, I do believe, is a peregrine falcon, not hawk. The dove, love, health, and well-being. The swan is, I've almost dumped my coffee twice now. Grace under pressure, serenity. Grace under pressure. Okay, let me tell you about swans. We used to vacation up on the lakes in Michigan, and out on jet skis, and you come near the swan's territory, there's some of the biggest assholes in the bird world. They will go at you. I mean, like coming at you, dive bombing, and they're fucking big. So everybody thinks of swans as, oh, grace and beauty. No, they're assholes. So are geese. They go at you. Okay. Let me get my coffee out of the way before I have a bad accident. Let me have another sip. It's been getting lighter and lighter out there, but it's still raining. It's just been so nice. Oh, I am a pluviophile. Absolutely. And it's been a very dry summer. Not a drought, really. We'd get rain, when we really, really needed it, but it hasn't been a rainy summer, and now we're coming into the rainy season, and I love it so much. Okay, I'll stop talking about that. Now, let's talk to our ancestors and allies, our guides and guardians, and most especially the fairies, the good people, the wee folk, the other crowd, all of those epithets that they get called, and ask them to come and speak to us and bring us message through these wonderful symbols. I offer you water, I offer you light, and I offer you the perfume of the fire of Azrael. Bring me good messages. This is going to be the start of a string of 3 Celtic decks. I've got this Celtic Messages Oracle, I've got Celtic Tree, and then I've got 2 Celtic Tarots that are coming bang, 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 bang right in a row here because I'm going straight through the list. All right, let's see if we can shuffle them this way. They're very handy. They fit very nicely in the hand. And other than being, a little clumpy, the thing is the edges aren't really smooth, probably because they're circular And, if I could line them all up exactly facing the same way, maybe they would be, fit smoothly together. But since they're circular, they're going to wheel around like that and not match up at the edges. So it's difficult to shuffle them that way. Well, we just won't do it that way. Whoops, there goes one. Okay. Let's just shuffle them this way and back and forth. We've already got one out. And of course, my question is, what do my viewers need to know? What do we need to know today and that one wanted to levitate. Okay, didn't come off though, so I'm going to leave it. What do we need to know to take care of ourselves today in the best way possible? And there's those two. Okay. I think this was the first one out. And that one is Blodaiwith. Let's look her up. She's number 10. So we get one of the helpers first. No, that's page 10. I want number 10. Do we not have... Okay. Darling. Why? So there's numbers on the cards, but when you look in the book, there aren't numbers here. That's a little vexing. The helper's 37, so I just have to page through until I find it. Come on now. Why would you put numbers on the cards if you're not going to number them in the book? To make it easy for somebody to use them. And then we have, all right, we've got I'm so confused. The helpers start on page 30. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's, sorry, I apologize. I apologize to this deck. This was showing Triskeli. That wasn't the number one card. The number one card of the deck is Triskeli. And this one is the reading called Triskeli. So I got terribly confused there for a minute. Here's where the cards start. The helpers. And looky, there's numbers. Thank you. Okay, so number 10 is what I'm looking for. Blodaiwith. Secret, solitude, and joy. The beautiful creation of a magician, Blodaiwith, which means face of a flower, was fashioned from the blossom of meadowsweet, oak, and broom to wed the son of a goddess. Alas, Blodaiwith loved another, and so was transformed into an owl as punishment, so that she may never show her face to light of day. That's a quote. She symbolizes self-will and the determination to decide your own fate. In the spread, Blodaiwith represents an intimate friend, lover, or soulmate who will guard your secrets as closely as their own. She teaches you to listen to your heart. She may also warn you not to betray the secrets of others, no matter what the temptation. So, I want to see here if we talk about upside-down cards. One card readings, multiple card spreads, how to lay the cards. Messages pack is highly versatile. Not necessary to perform a ritual if you wish to carry I'm looking to see if they talk about reverses. Evening. For Celts, the day started at twilight and ended at twilight the following day. So evening is a good time to draw these cards or lay them in a spread. You could choose cards. Choose a card before bedtime. Repeat the affirmations a few times while falling asleep to help fix them in your mind, so making it easier to use them during the daylight hours. Okay, one card readings, multi-card readings. Simplest is the triquetra. They do not mention... Interesting. They don't mention reverses. And they are showing, in the examples, they're showing everything upright. So, and there's lots of timing, 5 days of the week. Moon phases, the festivals. So they talk about the just sort of the wheel of the year, but they are not talking about reverses at all. So this is something that you can add to it. Remember with the other round decks, with the Mother Piece and with Daughters of the Moon, there's upright and reverse is just kind of the upright meaning stood on its head or not happening as it should or needing to be turned around, something like that. And then you can look at, leaning this way is energies held back, leaning this way, energies pushed forward. If it's like this, we could say that these energies are really being pushed so hard that maybe they're about to crash the other way. This one is things maybe just coming out of being blocked or, almost at a dead stop. So you can look at them that way. And she came up pretty much upside down. So talking about secrets and solitude and love, needing to be in solitude, needing to have that really good friend. So here, relying on someone that maybe you can unload your heart to. Talking about secrets and solitude, just having that friend that you can spill to, and someone who won't tell your secrets. So it says, don't betray the secrets of others, no matter what the temptation. So if you have someone confiding in you, the message here is to hold those secrets as well, because upside down it might say somebody's getting ready to spill. And we have the same position, and this is the Roundhouse. This is a place. The Roundhouse is home, family, nurture. The cozy, comfortable, if sometimes crowded, roundhouse sheltered the whole family. With the hearth fire at its center and beds around the walls, there was little privacy but a great sense of togetherness. What's interesting about roundhouses, too, is they didn't really have a chimney because it would pull the fire up higher into the thatch. So it was just the smoke just kind of seeped out through the thatch. In the spread, home is where your heart is right now. Yeah, and to feel content, you need to spend time there. If you live with family, this is a good time to reestablish bonds and set old grievances aside. If you live alone, invite family or intimate friends to visit and share a little of your life. A sense of rootedness will make the trials of daily life easier to bear, and it's valuable to have the support of those you can rely on. So we've got two cards here that are talking about kind of solitude and closeness and intimacy. Intimacy with a friend, and intimacy with the family. So this is time absolutely to focus on those relationships and nurture those relationships. The people that are close to you physically and, by blood and so on are the ones that are the most important to you right now. We tend to be looking at people that are in the news and, the ones that are seemingly affecting our lives, but the ones that really do affect your life, your actual life, are your close-up relationships. So talking about being faithful and keeping confidences, sharing confidences with someone, and spending that time with the people that really do nurture you. Then we have the other two, the Crow. So now we are, and he's number 48. Now we're into the Totems. Keywords are a new start, clearing the ground. Crows are the Morrigan's birds, intelligent, alert, and indifferent to suffering. They clear the ground of the debris of death and destruction, leaving it fallow and fertilized for new growth. So crows are some of the cleanup crew. Cheers to them. It's time for a new start. Take time to examine your life, clear the ground, and get rid of what's not needed, preferably by recycling or giving away any possession that you no longer require. Like the crow, waste nothing but be ruthless if that is what is required. Discard any old habits or ideas, even people if you must, that are holding you back. Decide to be more discriminating in the future and a little more careful with how you spend your time. So let's talk about this. Certainly lightening the load, and I know so many people are in or getting ready to be evicted, and going through making these decisions of what do I keep, what do I get rid of, where do I send these things, what do I do with all this stuff. Fortunately, Places are taking donations again. Places like the AmVets are taking in donations again. So and make sure you check with them if you're donating things. I think you have to have sealed boxes, and you have to, drop them off, and it's contactless and stuff like that. So make sure you check with places to see who's taking donations if you're getting rid of things, and donate if you can. Over the years, particularly when my kids were young, and we were we were just, my illness was very bad, and unable to work, and it was bad, and still, when we got rid of things, we'd think, oh, we could have a sale, and we always donated because we knew there was always somebody worse off than we were. And you know what? When we had need of something, it made its way to us quickly and easily. So that's, that wheel that turns. Donate if you can. Recognize where you are, and if it's possible that people are worse off than you, and do what you can to help. But it's talking here, too, about weeding out people. So, Facebook friends lists have shrunk and shrunk and shrunk during what we're going through. You don't have to tolerate people that are nasty. You don't have to tolerate people whose minds won't change. It's time to clear out of your daily life. As you're nurturing these relationships and getting closer and more intimate, we need to clear out the things that are detritus, that are superfluous and distractions and that kind of stuff. Okay. Then we have the hill. And Crow is leaning just a little bit right. I'm not going to read into that. The hill fort is the last one, another place. And I'm going with the pages instead of the numbers again. Oh, that's the problem with early morning shoots, is I'm not quite awake yet. Okay, the hill fort. Refuge, safety, security. Hill forts were large defensive structures containing homes and stores and protected by high earthen banks and deep ditches. It kills me when you watch archaeological things, how they can dig in the ground and just by the color of the dirt say this is a ditch, this is a bank. It's fascinating stuff. Often built on hilltops, they kept the inhabitants safe and secure and prevented all but the most determined enemies from breaching their walls. In the spread, there's safety in numbers. There are times when even home isn't secure enough, and on those occasions you need to find somewhere safe and defensible. Now is the right time to gather with like-minded people to defend what is important to you on a personal, local, or even global level. Remember, sometimes attack is the best form of defense. Okay, so this is talking about getting active with like-minded groups of people on a personal, local, or even global level. What does that sound like? That sounds like voting. That sounds like activism. That sounds like get on ResistBot. And what is it, 50409? You text resist to it, and it will do it for you. You can do, it will suggest, who do you want to send things to? Just keep quacking in their ears. You can call and leave messages. You can email. You can ResistBot. You can vote. Oh my God, vote. Make sure you're registered. Make sure your registration is still good. If you are solid in that regard, do what you can to reach out to the people around you, maybe elderly neighbors that may need help getting to the polls, that may need help asking for a mail-in ballot. I am going to the polls early. I am not going to trust to the U.S. mail. If you request your ballot and you get one and you go to the polls, you have to vote provisionally, so your vote won't be counted for 17 days. Know the laws in your area and vote your ass off. We have to join together now. This is where, as a group, we're bigger than the sum of our parts. So we start with this deep, intimate, secret-keeping relationship, and then we go to the family circle where we have to really strengthen those bonds and keep each other safe. We have to clear out the things that we don't need, including people that do not protect us, that do not validate and uphold us. And then as a group, we work together to lift things up and to take us towards change. Damn good reading, Luna. Thank you. I thought so too. Well, you know what that means? Damn good deck. Damn good deck. Really excellent, awesome deck. And I didn't really look at, okay, Jules Taylor. This is Cico book, CICO. London and New York. The copyright is 2007, so I'm assuming they're still in print. But I have not looked. I guess I could do that quickly for you and do a jump cut edit if it takes a while. Okay, let's go here. Celtic Messages. And boom, it is not in print. 3 used. Okay, so I'm only seeing them used. And the hardcover is going for $206. That was on Amazon, and I'm seeing it on used book sites as well. So this is out of print. I'm so sorry. Look for it and see if you can find it on Half Price Books, on Abe Books, on Alibris, eBay. I saw some on eBay. So yeah, I mean, nail it down if you can find it, because this is a good little deck, and you get a coloring book, and you get a linen thing. And look, the moon came up on top. Hello, love. There we go. Doesn't that look lovely? You get a coloring book, and you get that, and you get a linen bag. What a lovely deck. I hope you got a lot from that reading. I did. That was really clear, and I mean, those cards clearly flew out of the deck. This one's got the gift. The fairies were quacking this morning. I hope you like my channel. I hope you're subscribed to my channel. My views and everything are going like way up, but subscription's still kind of I'm still trying to get to my... Can you see? This is how you can tell it was storming, and I opened the windows as my hair is just all fuzzy. Do you care? I'm sure you don't. So anyhow, like, subscribe, let your friends know about this channel if you like it. I've got some announcements coming up in the near future that you may like. If you'd like to send me a donation, there's a link below. If you'd like to send me a deck, there's a link below, and I fixed it. Some people were trying to send me decks from my Amazon wish list, and it wasn't letting them because it was a third-party seller, and it was set not to share my address with third-party sellers. That is fixed. You can now buy me a gift, and if you do, I will read for you personally with that deck on my unboxing video. Just for you, because I like you. And I love that you show up for me every day, and I will keep showing up here for you every day until you are so sick of me you don't know what to do. So thanks for being here. Tomorrow is another unboxing, and every Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern Time, there's a live stream where I think I'm going to pare it back a little bit, maybe to one deck, because it's gotten a little cumbersome. Last week I ended up with a big headache. So anyhow, I hope to see you here every single day. Stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, Black Lives Matter, vote, vote, vote. All of that stuff. You matter. Your voice matters. Make sure that your vote is counted. I will see you tomorrow for another unboxing. Until I do, in this beautiful, cool breeze, listening to the rain fall. So refreshing. This is Luna, the Zen Witch. Blessed be.